I like the A7. I like the C-bet here. I think it's a spot where sometimes you'll get floated and sometimes you'll get played back at. So it's good to C-bet with a hand like A7 here. I don't think he's, I really think just by C-betting here is your best opportunity to get two streets of value. If you check back this flop and he leads the turn and you call him, he's usually just going to give up on the river. If you check back this flop and then he checks the turn and you bet the turn, you might get one street of value, but you're not getting two. But by betting the flop and then checking through on the turn, he might just bluff you with whatever he floated you with, or he might, if he has something like pocket fives, he might decide to call you when you bet the river. So this is a spot I definitely want to bet the turn though. It's just really, really hard to get, an extra value. And that's exactly what happens. So really, really like the way Jeffrey played that hand. And I don't mind the way Sultan played his hand either. I just think that's a spot where people at these stakes bet with nothing a ton of the time, and you can float them and just bet river and take it down most of the time. This is a decent spot for a check raise. I think check calling is fine. I would actually lean towards check calling in this spot with these weak showdown type hands, because like I said, Sultan just isn't putting a ton of pressure on us and he's letting us get to showdown. So, but check folding is definitely way too weak right there. I don't think you can check fold on that flop with, with bottom pair, top ace high kicker against a guy who's opening 100%. Folding ace-9 offsuit, again, way too weak against somebody who's opening every hand. Okay, yeah, this is a spot I definitely like checking here. I 100% guarantee you if we check, Sultan's going to bet this flop. Question is do we check call or do we check raise? I think we just have to check raise in this spot because there's just way too much that can come out here that can kill our action. So I think by, when we check here, we just have to try and shovel in as much money as we can so we can get all the money in on the turn. I'm really, really surprised he didn't bet that flop. That's like crazy. I mean, he's attacked these flops every single time when we check to him. The turn, again, I would check to him and go for a check raise. I just, if he doesn't have anything that he would bet on this flop, I would try to at least induce a bluff on the turn or get him that least value bet a jack and go for the check raise on the turn. The river, yeah, I think we just got to go for value here. But I like where his mind was on that hand, playing with the queens. It seems that Jeffrey notices or has noticed or picked up on the fact that every time we check to Sultan, he's bet. I think that's actually literally the first time he didn't bet when checked to in a 3-bet pot. So, that's surprising he did it on that board too. That's a board that, it doesn't hit Jeffrey's range and it could hit Sultan's range a lot. So